All right, now how's everybody doing out there? All right, well let's go ahead on and get ready to get the show started. So we're gonna go on and get the spirit all in and throughout this place. Here we go. I say glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I laid my burdens down, I say glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I laid my burden down. See, I got a new walk and I got a new talk. Since I laid my burdens down. I say I got a new walk and I got a new talk. Since I laid my burden down. You see, my burden's down, Lord. My burden's down, Lord. Since I laid my burden down. I say my burden's down, Lord. My burden's down, Lord. Since I laid my burden down. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing out there today? Listen, I got another powerful show coming at you. As always, I'm not playing no games. Got to keep it real. So my commentary is not going to be long because I really want to get into the meat. And that's just what it is today. You understand? So you know what we're doing. We're having our community conversation. And what is our conversation about? It's about exposing the bully. All right? And who is the bully? The bully is child support. And how is child support a bully? Well, child support is a bully because they're trying to make us accept a family structure that's against our Creator's wishes. They're trying to build a family structure that they know is broken, so it will create broken people, even destroying the system that they have is designed to destroy even family structures that are already well established, and there is no need for it. They will still take and do the wrong thing in those families where the father is totally capable and give the child to the mother. And if we don't stand up to this system, if we don't understand that there is a fight going on, and if you are a Christian, then your beliefs and the things that you believe are under attack. And in order for you to keep on singing and hide in your church, then you're going to have to be the type of person who continually compromises and continually say, trying to hide where that's them. Okay? Because it's getting to the point where they try to make you openly call what you know to be a male or female, or what you know to be a female or male. That day is going to come when you're going to have to make that choice. Okay? And here you are, a full grown up woman, full grown up man. You're looking at a full grown up man with a beard, but you have to call him a female. You know what I'm saying? You see, you've been hyped up and misled and taught to believe that you was going to have to deny Christ, like saying he don't exist. No, they're going to make you deny his tenets. They're going to make you deny his stuff, his the foundation, the building blocks. So then once you go against the truth that he sat here for you, that's how you receiving the mark. That's how you accepting the deceit. You understand? So when you go along just to get along and keeping your mouth shut thinking you don't want to cause no problem, you are denying him in the face of man. When you sitting around here thinking, you just gonna take care of yourself and you're gonna try to do right or whatever, you're not perfect. You're not perfect. Okay? So, a question. Why is it that the state is only willing to help one parent? Why? Why? If you are trying to preserve the family in this stressful time when they're getting ready to go through a divorce, and you want strong families in America, you want good, wholesome communities, why wouldn't you step up and take care and say whatever you are doing is in representation for both parents equally? And if a bill is owed to the state, the people that are responsible for this child that the state had to come in and take care of, are the ones responsible for reimbursing the state, not an individual parent, but the attorney general, the governor, the state, federal, local government, your minister at your church. They are all the evil that are getting you to accept the mark of the beast. And you thought the mark of the beast was going to be an actual number. No, the mark of the beast is going to be you confessing with your tongue, with your own mouth, of good sound judgment. You are confessing with your own mouth that marriage is between a man and a woman and a woman. And then when it get to be 3 men, when it get to be 4 women, when it get to be a man and a horse, a woman and a horse, you're going to keep on making a stretch with them. And at no time do you stand up and say, no, that's not the way. My creator said this is what it is, this is what I believe, and put yourself in harm's way. So go ahead on and stay safe and keep denying him in front of men. And then you want to come up with your little sleazeball way of trying to make everybody adopt cowardice and think that he want us to cower and hide and not stand up for us. Let me explain something to you. If I let my only child die for you, get tortured, and I have to stand there and watch and die for you, I'll be damned if I give a damn if you sitting there and get in harm's way for me after I done sacrificed like this for you. Come on! You understand me? And that's just what our simple understanding. So know that you are C-O-W-A-R-D. All right? And you are a H-A-R-D, C-O-W-A-R-D. Okay? And that's just the B-O-T-T-O-M-L-I-N-E. Hey. Because why is the state only helping one parent? And why are you down with that? Why are you so stupid that you would not understand if some individual man came in and was trying to do stuff to bait you away from your husband, you would understand that this joker trying to pull a slick, quick move and bait me in and break up my relationship and take me away from my husband. But when the state step in and they try to do a quick, little slick move because they trying to steal your child, you ain't smart enough to realize that, oh, they trying to separate me from this man because they want to take my child. You know what I'm saying? You ain't slick enough to pick that up. You ain't fooling me. You are. And see, to you ladies out there that's that made this contract with white supremacy where, you know, as long as, you know, you can live on the breeding farm, you will continue to increase the slave numbers and you will to increase catching free men and turning them into men in bondage. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Woe be to you. Woe be to you for stealing generations and having them incarcerated, having them in the correctional facility, in and out of court, and also having them to become fertility for the soil, become food for the soil way before their time to expire is here. Simply because, you know, you want to make having children a living. You know ain't nobody supposed to give you money for food for your whole life. You know ain't nobody supposed to give you a place to stay for free for your whole life. And because there's so many of y'all, you try to pass it off like that's the right thing to do. You ain't fooling nobody. Shit, your work is seen. They make movies about it. All right? And in every movie, they depict you as some ignorant, loudmouth, trash, ghetto bird. You understand? And you don't never have a problem with Hollywood. And go back and look, Hollywood got you painted as the lowest thing on the totem pole. They don't let you shoot no movies where you just the leading lady doing some awesomeness. You understand me? So we just keeping it real. You know, imagine this. If you are looking at your identical self, okay, and you have to choose between, am I gonna go to jail or am I just going to walk away from this situation? Because it's unnatural for you to tell somebody you can only see your child on this time and that time, and they ain't done nothing wrong. And instead of being able to see their child every day like a normal person will see their child every day, you have stepped in and put them at some minimal time frames that they can see their child, all right, and try to pass this off as what's normal for them. And then make the child accept this from whatever stage it is, from birth or from preschool or toddler, whatever age it is, the child has to start accepting this morbid relationship as well. You understand? And then we turning out these broken, delinquent people, and all of the medical studies, all of the psychological studies, everything is saying that if you do this, this is what's going to happen. And then they trying to pretend like they don't know no better. But I just got one question. Who you think you're fooling? You ain't fooling nobody, because everybody with good sense and that take care of themselves, you understand? We ain't sitting around here like thinking you doing nothing good. All right? When I see all them breeding farms that y'all put on TV, okay, and show how them young people running around and with no guidance and doing all that kind of stuff, I understand that all you doing is really, for the ones that know, you showing them that the product is working. And for the ones that don't know, you know what I'm saying, you showing them that there is a need for your product. And that product that you showing them is a need for is law enforcement. Okay? Because you're the one creating the disorder, but you behind the string pulling you behind the curtain pulling the strings. So only the ones that take the time to understand will know to pay attention to the man behind that curtain. You know, do we respect ourselves? Do we respect ourselves? Because, you know, we will keep our hands on the ground and have our knees, be on our hands and knees on the ground, and the police will beat us with his billy stick. 2-3 of them will stand around us and beat us with their billy stick, and we won't move. The most we'll do is, when we took enough licks, we'll fall to the ground like a good dog, and then, you know, he beat us possibly to death if he want to. And we are disciplined enough to not stand up and try to throw a blow. And if we have that kind of discipline for the police, then why don't we have that kind of discipline for each other? Just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And another question. If you can say that it make no sense for men to be raising girls because men don't know nothing about when the girl time of the month is and how to take care of her, and if you do something wrong with him, watch him. But men should understand that to protect the girl's virtue, that is indecent and not in good order. So if you can respect and understand that, then why can't you respect and understand that it makes the same sense for the ladies to be raising boys? Because it ain't that easy. And so they need to get what they need to get from us. Like the ladies, like the young girls who are in training to be young ladies, they need to get what they need to get from y'all. Nobody's disputing that. You understand? We just need the facts to be known, because ladies, we are on the same team. They victimizing us, our family. So this ain't about no man versus woman thing. This is us coming together and saying, hey, listen, they've been getting our babies, and I understand this, so you're going to have to step up and be the dad if it's a boy, and no matter what, the boy is coming with you. And men, you're going to have to accept the fact and be like, the boys go with the father. That's all to it. So look, I'm excited. I want to get off into today's show. All right. That was my little commentary right there for you. Just a few things off the brain. But today's show is coming from the Minnesota Psychological Association. All right. And the title is Father Absent Homes. Okay. And it's from mnpsych.org. Okay. Now, before I do that, I want to read this. Hallelujah. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. May the Lord have a blessing to the reading and the hearing of his word. Please, Lord, add that blessing. And please, Lord, do that to the child support system. Hallelujah. To the Attorney General, to the state of Louisiana, to the local government, the federal government. Please, Father, do that to the United States of America. And until they stand and allow your word to prevail, to stop trying to assault your institution of marriage. United States of America declared war on the institution of marriage in the year 2015. And there has been a steady, healthy diet of assault going on. And so, yes, render unto them recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. They tried to destroy us, Father, by destroying the family. They still trying to subjugate us. You understand? All for $1, all so that, they can stay titans of industry, so that they can control social classes, so that they can promote their television motives. Please, Lord, okay? Give them sorrow of heart, because, Lord, that is what they have perfected upon us, okay? Thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. Yes, indeed, Lord, because they have destroyed generations of young men, and they plan to continue the assault. They don't ever plan and they did it wrong from the beginning, intentionally, Lord. They are making these cities ganglands, Father. They are making it unsafe where a child will kill his own parent now, Father. So please, hallelujah, hear my prayer. Now, like I was saying, this is implications for criminal justice and mental health professionals. Okay? And it says, the number of single-parent households in the United States has reached high levels in recent decades. As the extant literature suggests that children raised in single-parent households experience more physical and psychological problems compared to those raised in two-parent households. The implications of homes in which fathers are absent may be important to explore for criminal justice and mental health professionals. The present article aims to examine the extent literature based on father-absent homes, seeking to provide a fair and balanced account on this phenomenon. They're calling it a phenomenon, okay? Specifically, we highlight 10 adverse outcomes associated with homes missing a father. Findings suggest that a negative developmental trajectory may result for children lacking a father in the home, albeit further research in this area is warranted. So now we're going to go on off into it, the introduction. All right. The number of children who grow up without a father in the home in the United States has reached concerning levels. There exists a considerable research base that suggests that children raised in households lacking a father experience psychological problems with greater frequency than children with a father in the home. And this is by Allen and Daly, 2007. These problems have been found to extend in adolescence and adulthood and include an increased risk of substance abuse, depression, suicide, poor school performance, and contact with the criminal justice system. Allen and Daly, 2007. Lack of paternal involvement has also been associated with higher likelihood of being bullied and experiencing abuse. We're going to stop right there. Look, today, once again, I'm coming at you with another study. And you can hear how aggressive they jump right into it and let you know, understand, they called it a phenomenon. A phenomenon. Okay? I thought a phenomenon is like when a UFO landed. This ain't no doggone phenomenon. I've been reading stuff to you that's letting you know, and I'm going to read stuff to you that let you know they've been knowing since the 60s, since the 70s. All right? This ain't, okay. But, you know, I'm going to pick back up. You understand? Educating uninvolved fathers and helping them play a more active role in their children's life could benefit both families and communities. To bring this into focus, the present article aims to highlight 10 adverse outcomes that may result in the absence of a father in a child's life. I'm going to list these 10 off, but I'm also going to go on off into it and read what it says on each one of these 10 things, because the Attorney General, the child support system, the family court, they're all in possession of this knowledge. The minister at your church, you know, the Department of Education, the governor, the state, federal, local government, they're all in possession of this knowledge, okay? And they continue to do what the knowledge tell them will give them the bad people. And if they are continuing to do that, all right, when they know how to get the good people, then you have to understand, all right, that these people are perverted. Now, perceived abandonment, attachment issues, child abuse, childhood obesity, criminal justice involvement, gang involvement, mental health issues, poor school performance, poverty and homelessness, and substance use. Wow. So let's take number one, perverse abandonment. Children who grow up without their fathers may come to resent paternal figures due to perceived abandonment. Don't we know that? Don't we know that? How many times have you heard a boy say, you know, he'll whip his daddy ass? If he see his daddy, he gonna whip his daddy ass. How many of these dudes we see running around here with mama issues, and so because they mama are angry at men, they angry at men? Don't lie. Don't lie. All right? These feelings may burgeon from a lack of trust and result in a heightened sense of anger. As a child grows into adolescence and young adulthood, these problems may contribute to contact with the criminal justice system, use of illicit substances, as well as a variety of mental health problems. These consequences may result in interpersonal dilemmas, including the inability to develop strong social bonds. For example, anger stemming from abandonment can make it difficult for juveniles to establish friendships and relationships. And that is by Pohlmann, 2005. Pohlmann. Now look, everybody who has 1/10 of an education in any one of these fields of study that's dealing with human behavior, that's dealing with the outcomes of these situations, that's dealing with the reality behind which parent is supposed to have the child, are all concluding the exact same thing. So we cannot ever try and pretend like the Attorney General, like child support, like the state, federal, local government, like family court, like all these people don't know. All right? They know exactly what they're doing. I'm telling you something. They give the children to the mother, and then they go in the back and they laugh and say something like, boy, that mama was a piece of work, huh? Well, I tell you, she really gonna F them kids up. Well, I tell you, boy, I wouldn't want to have to come home to a mama like that every day. They laugh and do stuff like that. You understand me? But then they gonna get a kid to the mama. Boy, y'all some cold-blooded people. Anyway, we're going to go to the attachment issues. That's number 2. Attachment refers to the deep emotional bond that develops between a caregiver and a child. Bowlby, 1988. Children who come from a father-absent home are more likely to experience attachment-related problems than those from a two-parent household. King, 1994, Fressenberg and Sherrill, 1991, Seltzer, 1991. This may result in serious emotional issues throughout the lifespan. The inability to form a strong caregiver bond is associated with hypervigilance to anger and misappropriation of hostile intent to neutral stimuli, both of which may result in conduct problems in the child. Such misconduct may have the unintended consequences of creating difficulties in the development of friendships and healthy romantic relationships. This is Hiroshi, 1969. Jensen, 1972, Johnson, 1987. The active involvement of a father in his children can promote empathy and self-control for the child throughout a life. Now, pay attention now, because, see, I went to 1969, real smooth like on your butt. Child Support Enforcement Program came into existence in the form that we know it in 1975. So in 69, it was like the Hitler Conference where they was coming up with the final solution. And in 75, they had finished their conferences, and so they came up with their final solution for us. Their final solution for us was they was going to destroy the family unit. Woo! We got to watch them. They smart and they fast. You understand me? And they played a long game. But anyway, let's get down with it. So adverse outcome number 3 is child abuse. Many previous publications have linked the absence of a father in the home to higher risk conditions for mothers and their children. Children that grow up in such households are much more likely to be the victim of physical, including sexual, abuse and neglect. And compared with those who grew up in a two-parent household, Smith, Sylvan, Hansen, and Noble, 1980, children who grow up in a single-parent home are twice as likely to be the subject of physical and or emotional abuse. America's Children, 1997. In addition, the absence of a father results in an increased psychological burden on the child, as he or she must make sense of why his or her father is not present. This burden extends beyond the child to alternative caregivers, such as the child's mother. Indeed, the needs of the child are hard to meet. But when a mother is very loving, committed, and caring, when children are surrounded by multiple caregiving adults, mothers, extended family members, community members, they are more likely to thrive and feel supported. If the mother is the only caregiver of the child, mounting stress of the considerable responsibilities of parenthood may increase the risk of her harming her children or herself. And Lord, hallelujah, they only show it when the white women do it. But you know that there are plenty black women out there hurting these children. And they hurting these children because it is way too stressful for them. Some of these young ladies are so fertile until they have had 4, 5 children at a very young age before they even know what happened to them. And now they're in their 20s with 4 or 5 children, you understand? And they don't even have control over their own life, let alone being able to control those lives. Wow. Can you imagine how evil they are? The child support attorney general. And then these women, they know the impossible feat that they putting on these ladies, and they're in possession of the knowledge that these ladies are going to fail. But they are in possession of the knowledge that the ladies won't feel the failure because they will be being financially taken care of. They will have their responsibilities taken care of to where they won't face the direct consequences of their actions. So when their child is in the penitentiary, they don't look at it like it's their fault. You know, when they son, or they got 3 sons, one of them dead, 2 of them in the penitentiary, they killed people and did all kind of stuff. They don't correlate to that being their fault. I digress. Adverse outcome number 4, childhood obesity. Children with higher body mass indices, that's higher body mass index, are more likely to come from father absent homes. This is from Finn, Johannesson, and Spicker, 2002, Strauss and Knight, 1999. Another study found that a father's parent style was a better predictor of whether a child would become obese. This is from Wake, Nicholson, Hardy, and Smith, 2007. Fathers who were present and used more authoritarian parenting styles had children who were more physically fit than fathers who were absent, and if sporadically involved, used more of a permissive approach. Mothers' parenting styles had little to no effect on obesity and fitness levels. And we know this because women don't create structure. Men do. You understand me? You will see a man, the reason why a woman will not let herself go and keep herself in shape. And a man has expectations of his body, so he carries that standard for himself. His children see that, they copy that. You show me a man who goes to the gym and has himself in great shape, all right? And when you look at his children, they're not going to be some fat potato chip eating couch people. No, they will not be. Thank you very much. Okay? The outcome number 5, okay? Criminal justice involvement. Family structure and lack of paternal involvement are predictive of juvenile delinquency. The more opportunities a child has to interact with his or her biological father, the less likely he or she is to commit a crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. This is by Corley and Medeiros, 2007, Medeiros. Sorry for mutilating your name. In a study of female inmates, more than half came from a father-absent home. This is from Snell, Tracy, and Morton, 1991. Youths who never had a father living with them have the highest incarceration rates. This is from Hill, O'Neill, 1993. While youths in father-only household display no difference in the rate of incarceration from the children coming from a 2-parent household. Harper and McLean, 2004. In addition, children who come from father-absent homes are at a greater risk for using illicit substances at a younger age. This is from Bronte Tinku, Jacinta Moore, Capps, and Zaff, 2004. The absence of a father in a child's life may also increase the odds of his or her associating with delinquent peers. Steinberg, 1987. This is covering from 1969 on up almost to present day. Did you hear them say that a kid growing up with just a father has the same incarceration rate as a kid growing up in a home with the mother and the father? Ain't nobody stupid. I ain't about to try to break that down or have to break that down because that'll be insulting. So I'm going to move on to adverse outcome number 6, gang involvement. Look at California. Keep looking, keep looking. A high percentage of gang members come from father-absent homes. This is from Davidson, 1990. Possibly resulting from a need for a sense of belonging. Gaining that sense of belonging is an important element for all individuals. Through gangs, you find a sense of community and acceptance. In addition, the gang leader may fill the role of father, often leading members to model their behaviors after that individual. This is from Leving, 2009. Having a father in a child's life greatly reduces the likelihood of a child joining a gang. And this is also from Living in 2012. Listen here. Okay. Do you notice how on the front end, when the kid is little, they fight like a dog to keep the father out the life? Then once the kid get where they know it's broken, then they start the mentorship, then they start the father figure thing and the importance of all that kind of thing, because they know the problem now is too far gone. The motor is blown. So you can add all the motor oil in there you want to. Now the motor is blown. I'm going to move on. If you don't understand, look into that. Number 7, mental health issues. Coming from a fatherless home can contribute to a child having more emotional problems such as anxiety and depression. Fatherless children may start thinking that they are worth less than other children who have fathers and wonder why their father abandoned them. This may also lead to an increased risk of suicide and or injurious behaviors. Children who do not grow up with a father are also more likely to be aggressive and exhibit other externalizing problems. And that's from Osborne and McLanahan, 2007. Children from a father-absent home are more likely to become depressed, have suicidal thoughts, anxiety, social withdrawals, and school absences if they see or hear their parents fighting. That's from Flory, 2007. The mental health aspect associated with divorce on children will be discussed in further articles. Yes, I've often said that once you get to the point of divorce, you have already destroyed some little people. So why would you continue the assault by then giving them to their mother if it's a male child? Okay? Adverse outcome number 8, poor school performance. Evidence suggests that not having a father at home may have a negative impact on a child's overall academic performance. Research has shown that children who come from a father-absent home are more likely to drop out of school when compared to children who live in a 2-parent household. That is from Whitehead and Holland, 2003. Popenoe, a name that we've heard before, 1996. Blankenhorn, 1995. McLanahan and Sandefur, 1994. Sampson in 1987. Y'all standing behind this stuff. Children from father-absent homes are also less likely to pursue higher education. Keith and Finley, 1998. It is important to note that African-American boys who identify their fathers as their role models demonstrate significantly higher grade point averages and are less likely to be truant from school. Bryant, 2003. So, as we are up to number 9 now coming up, we are seeing that they know exactly what having these children grow up on a breeding farm is going to do. And they understand exactly how the breeding farm is going to continue to perpetuate and increase their numbers. Hallelujah. The child support, the family court, the attorney general, the federal, state, and local judge. Lord, please hear my prayer. The one I said in the beginning of this broadcast, Lord. Hallelujah. Number 9, poverty and homelessness. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 2011, children from absent family father homes are 4 times more likely to be living in poverty. Often, children with an absent father also have less network connection to aid them in the working world. Coleman, 1998. Furthermore, studies have shown that the cause of the father's absence matters little in relation to poverty and divorce. U.S. Bureau of the Census, 1998. McLanahan and Casper, 1995. Poverty also presents an obstacle for children pursuing well-paid jobs, which can result in increased stress and frustration. Cloward and Ohlin, Ohlin, 1960. Merton, 1957. Child support enforcement started in 1975 in the form that we know it to exist in today. So they have, that was 1957. They have about 20 years worth of research at that point, already understanding in 1975 exactly what they were doing and who and what they were, and we understand the mindset of America in the 50s and the 40s. Come on. They know what they're doing us. They know what they're doing us. Ladies, I need you to join forces with us, with your men. You have boys. And I need you to turn your back on child support. All right? And I need you to tell them to go drink toilet water. Okay? I need you to tell family court you will no longer participate with them. I need you to give the children to their father, all right, and get your life together so that you can get off the food stamps for life and get out of the breeding farm. Get yourself something where you and a man can both be making 5 figures a year, okay, and build a life together. Maybe y'all, together y'all might make 60, 70, 80,000. It don't matter, but it's yours and it's clean. And the government don't have their hands on you no kind of way. You're just totally independent and free, okay? Get off the breeding farm. They don't care about you there. All right? You know it. They shooting and killing every night there at the breeding farm. Number 10, substance use. Children who grow up in a home where the father is not present are at a greater risk for abusing alcohol and other drugs. Hoffman, 2002. In one study, researchers examined the impact of father absence on African American boys. Mandera and Murray, 2006. According to their findings, the boys who came from a home without a father were more likely to use drugs than boys who came from a home where a father was present. Involvement of a father can, hence, be a protective factor against child and adolescent substance abuse. These people know, and that's why they work so hard to make sure that the father is not a part of that child's life. Do not be afraid to be poor, but do not cooperate, do not participate with the child support system, with the family court system, with them old dirty ass judges, okay? With this, let me tell you something. Louisiana is a dirty bitch. The only bitch that's dirtier than Louisiana is that whole Mississippi. You understand me? All right? They don't care about us. They don't care about our babies. Please, give the children to their fathers. There is no good that comes from this. Nothing good comes from anger. All right? This is their conclusion. Given the large research-based suggesting that children who grew up in a home without a father present adverse outcomes at rates significantly above those with fathers presents, attention to this phenomenon, there go that word again, is perhaps warranted by clinicians, researchers, and policymakers. These studies go back to 1957, so these people already know. I've been steady calling these people out. It is important to point out that not all children are raised in a father-absent home. Not all children who are raised in a father-absent home will experience adverse outcomes. This said, available evidence cannot be ignored. Rather, further investigation into single-parent homes and potential differences for children's developmental trajectories if they are raised solely by their fathers compared to their mothers could make a major contribution to the field. And all of the people who are quoted in here, I'm not going to go off on their credentials, but if you go to mnpsych.org, you will find this article this research I just look, I just read you. And you will understand that the baby is not yours. The children are for me. I am the tree of life. You are looking at it. I breathe life into you. They know this. They're taking advantage. We need to join forces, ladies. No one is against you. Okay? The ladies have the girls and the men have the boys, so we can have better communities. They don't want to see us come up. Okay? Hallelujah. Until the next show, thank you if you listened this long. This is Papa G saying my Cash App is $Gil Muse. Please like, share, subscribe, and support me. It's Papa G saying I love you and I love everybody. Peace.